Hey guys,
What's good, peeps?
we're back with another alkaline cooking video. I know you've been waiting for one for a while now, but you know these things take time. We're going to make today alkaline zucchini bake. First, we're going to need to make a sauce, so we're going to do that. I like to roast my tomatoes. If you prefer skin off your tomatoes, you can score them like this. This side like this. Score them just like that. So then when you bake them, you'll be able to peel the skin off from up here. Now we're just going to roast them on 350 for 20 minutes. But first, you want to
spray a little bit of
oil the bottom of your pan.
Yes. So they won't stick.
Yep, and then oil the tops of them, and then sprinkle a little sea salt on them.
Just roll them around in there. Get them nice and coated.
And be careful with your knives. Don't cut yourself like I almost did. I probably did a little bit.
You know what we should invent?
All right.
National Husband and Wife Cook Day.
Right? All right, put these in the oven for 20 minutes.
Hey, if y'all like that idea, comment on it.
All right, now that our tomatoes are in the oven, roasting at 350 for 20 minutes, you're going to get some walnuts. All right, you can do this ahead of time. I already did it ahead of time. These are walnuts that have been boiled for 25 minutes, a straight boil, with a teaspoon of sea salt and 4 cups of water. So boil your walnuts. It'll soften them up real nice. And then after they boil, strain them and then let them sit until you're ready to use them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chop these up, and these are going to be our meat.
It's going to be the base.
Now if you have no interest in adding any type of meat texture to your sauce, you don't have to. You could just cancel this part and don't even do this part. You're going to chop your walnuts up real nice and small. Here, take this few here so I can show them what size. Alright, let me show them. See these here? These are nice and chopped up in little small chunks. Alright, guys, once your walnuts are chopped, put them in a bowl and set them to the side. You see that? It's like a nice, meaty looking. The reason I decided to boil my walnuts because, you know, I'm Italian, and any Italian dish that I've ever had that had meat in it, it was never crunchy. So using walnuts as a meat for me, they'd have to be soft in texture so that it's more realistic to me. This is why I decided to boil them. And they're going to get boiled again in the sauce. Alright, so let's move on to the next part. Alright, for the next part, get you a pan going. Get it nice and hot. Make sure it's a pan that you can cook sauce in, that you have a lid for. Alright, so put you about a tablespoon of oil in the bottom. And then we're going to start sautéing 1½ cups of green peppers, 1½ cups of white onion, and 1½ cups of mushrooms. We got white button mushrooms in here, but you can use the regular brown mushrooms. What are they called?
Portobello.
Yeah.
No shiitake mushrooms.
Yeah, remember that. Okay, so you're going to get these sautéing. And then we're going to add our walnut meat to it. Now the walnuts already have a nice little salty flavor, so we won't need to add more salt to these because we're going to add seasoning to our sauce. But we are going to add some onion powder.
There you go.
That is half a tablespoon of onion powder. Let these saute for about 8 to 10 minutes. Nice till they're nice and tender. The vegetables, that is.
Yep.
Don't worry about the walnuts. Right now we're just cooking them up like meat. Let me know if you need more oil. Now the walnuts may soak up the oil, so we may need to add more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's already soaked up the oil. We're going to add another tablespoon.
Soaked up a whole lot. Good Lord. There we go. There we go. Now everything is
well,
nice.
If you need more, it's right here.
Nice and moist.
Alright, so we're going to continue to saute this, and we'll be right back. If you continue to need more oil, just keep an eye on it, okay? Just add a little more oil as you need it.
Yes.
Alright guys, our tomatoes are done, and they're coming out of the oven right now. We're going to let them sit there for a bit and cool to just a touch, just not that cool, but enough to where we can handle them a little better. But we're just going to let them sit for a minute, and then we'll show you what to do next. Alright guys, this is going to kind of be close up here, but I didn't have no choice because I'm out of room. Alright, so we're going to take our tomatoes that we have over there on the side. You can't see them, but they're over there. We're going to put them in the pot. So this is kind of a close-up here, but this is what I had to do. I don't have a lot of room here. So you take your tomatoes with your tongs, drop them in here. Like I said, if you want the skins off, let me show you this. Let them cool down to the touch a little bit more, and the skins will peel right off. See that? Look. I like to leave the skins on because they're good for you. So I'm going to drop them right in our food processor. We're going to get ready to make our sauce. Okay, now that you have all of them in there, it's time to get your ingredients. We're going to add to this 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of sea salt, and if you feel like you need more later, you can add more. 1 tablespoon of basil, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil, put that in, 1 tablespoon of agave. And lastly, this is optional, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne.
For some heat.
Yep, if you like it spicy.
For that kickback.
Okay, before we get ready to blend this, I want to show you what's going on over here. The, hold on, babe. Walnut meat, mushrooms, and peppers have cooked up nice. Here it is. Let's see if it'll work here. Zoom in. Oh, I don't know if it's focusing, but there it is. That's all done and ready. So let's go on to the sauce. Alright, so now we're going to mix this up. Do it on, pulse it a little bit and then hit puree. There we go. I like a nice chunkier sauce, so that's what I have. Looks perfect. I don't have a spoon. Let me show you the spoon. See that?
Look at that.
A little bit of chunks.
That's some good sauce.
Wait. All right. Yes, perfect. You see that?
Perfect.
There we go. All right. So now get your blade out of there. Now we're going to pour this sauce right into this over here. Don't forget to give your sauce a little taste. Want to taste the sauce, honey? Make sure it tastes good.
Okay.
Good. All right.
You want to pour it right in your meat mixer.
Yep.
So, here we go, family. Bless you, baby.
Thank you. All right. Sorry about all that commotion, guys. So you want to bring that to a little bit of a boil here so you can see it boiling, and then we're going to put a lid on it and let it simmer for an hour and a half.
My wife is throwing utensils at me.
No, I'm not. Alright guys, this is coming to a nice boil. Now we're going to put a lid on it. Bring it down to a simmer. Since you're using walnuts, and if you end up having a little bit more than us, put it on 2, like in between there. If you end up having a little bit more than we did, a little bit less, just keep an eye on it. I would say every 30 minutes. If you did not use walnut meat, you're going to have to let it cook an hour and a half to 2 hours. Alright guys, while this sauce cooks, we need to make, it's a salted sour cream sauce. Well, sour cream that we came up with. This is going to be this is going to go into your spaghetti to make it like a cream sauce. Not your spaghetti, but your sauce. I call it spaghetti sauce, but whatever. And that's what we're going to make. Here's what we're going to start with.
1 medium-sized zucchini.
Yep. You're going to
cut off the ends.
Cut off the ends. And then you're going to peel it. You can do that right there. After you're done peeling it, you're going to chop it up.
Okay. There we go. And we'll put them in. There we go.
Alright, after you get them all diced up, you want to add them to your mixer cup.
Also, man down.
Make sure we're in the camera.
There you go.
Alright, to this you're going to add 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds.
How many dates?
2 dates, pitted dates. Yep. Make sure they're pitted.
1, 2.
Okay. Now we're going to add 1/4 cup of walnuts. Add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you feel like it needs more, you can add a little bit more, but don't add too much. I made it kind of heaping. I don't know if you can see that. Next, we're going to add
sea moss gel.
2 heaping tablespoons of sea moss gel. Actually, 1 heaping tablespoon and 1 just a little heaping, not too much. Sorry, the first one was a little bigger than I expected. Alright, sea moss gel. I know I do not have a video up for this one yet. It's really simple. I will put a link on where to get the sea moss, and I'll also link to another video on how to make it until I put my video up. Basically, you want to get yourself some fresh sea moss. You can either get it online, which I'll link you below. You probably won't even need the how-to video. I get mine in a Caribbean market here in Florida.
Look at that.
So, you get yourself some fresh sea moss. Here's what it looks like. See if we can. It's covered in salt and sometimes other debris, so you take a little bit, you know, maybe like this much at a time, or maybe 2 big handfuls. You clean it really well with a strainer in the sink, really well.
You get all that grit and sand and salt
clean it and clean it and clean it. Spend like 10 minutes cleaning it, trust me. Then you're going to put it in a bowl with water, spring water, and you're going to let it sit
for 24 hours?
Yeah, not in the fridge, on the counter for 6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8 hours?
Not 24 hours, babe. 6 to 8 hours, and let it soak in that spring water. After that, you drain it, clean it again, and then you put it into a blender. It could be like this, if you want, or a regular blender, but chop it up when you put it in so it doesn't ruin your blender blades. And just, you know, smaller pieces like this big, but don't put big long pieces in there.
Yes, these will come in handy when you want to chop it up.
Oh yeah, kitchen scissors.
The kitchen
scissors. Grab those right at the dollar store.
Yep.
So once you put it in your blender after it's soaked, let's say you put this much in your blender and it only fills up to there where the zucchini is, you see? And let's say you have that much of the sea moss gel in your blender, or sea moss in your blender. You're going to fill the water up right to the sea moss. Not too much higher, you know, maybe just that much higher, but not too much. Blend it. Blend it and blend it and blend it till it's smooth. It's going to have a really slippery gel-like texture. Then it's done. Pour it into a mason jar. Put it in the fridge. It'll firm right up to a gel like you just saw us using. And that's it. It's that simple, and it stores in the fridge for up to months. Alright, let's get back to making the sour cream. In here, you have the chopped zucchini, 2 dates, 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, 1/4 cup of walnuts, a pinch of cayenne, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and 2 heaping tablespoons of sea moss gel. Now to this, we're going to add half key lime juice. Yeah. You can squeeze it or use a little squeezer, whichever works for you.
I have magic hands. Get all that juice, all that goodness out of there. Here we go.
Now to this, we're only going to add about 2 tablespoons of water. If you need to add more, we'll do that as we go along, but you don't want to add too much at the beginning. Now we're going to blend it. I'm using the Ninja Duo to blend this. On the front of here, the buttons we have, not sure if you can see this, are smoothie and extract. Those are the two we're going to use. Alright. And we're going to use the smoothie first and extract second. Alright, mine stopped blending, which means I need a little bit more water. So this time, I'm going to add about 2 more tablespoons of water. That's it, no more of that. If it stops blending, you might need to add more or give it a little stir. Alright, after you use the smoothie button and then the extract, you take it off. At this point you can give it a taste and see. You just want to have a hint of salt in there, you know, you don't want it to be gross. Tastes good to me. If you don't like, if you taste too much of a zucchini flavor in there, you can just add a bit more lime and just a little bit more sea salt. Now you're going to put this in a container and put it in the fridge until we're ready. See how creamy this is? Let me do a close up here. Look at that. Very creamy. Alright, and we're going to use that to make a nice red creamy sauce. Alright, our sauce has been cooking. It ended up being a little over 50 minutes, so it was cooked for about 1 hour. And this is what we're at. Nice chunky sauce. Not sure how much you can see here, guys, how well you can see it, but there's a little bit of wateriness in the bottom, just maybe a couple of tablespoons, which you can just use a slotted spoon and make sure that doesn't go in your dish. So what we're going to do now is just put a lid on this and let it sit till we get ready to use it. Yep. Now for the next part. Alright guys, now it's time to get the star of the show ready. We've already cut some up.
Dun,
You just see this. You're so silly.
I know, you know.
Alright, we're going to, you're going to slice some zucchini. Depending on what type of pan, hold on babe. Depending on what type of pan you need, or you're going to be using, I'm going to be using this small pan right here. That's how you're going to base it on how many zucchini you need. You know, you can lay them in there and then visualize your layers, which we're going to show you in a minute. If you have any left over, you can just make gigantic zucchini fries, which I have a video for zucchini fries too, which is really, really good. So I'll link that below. Or at the end of this video, you'll see a link for it. Hold on. Okay. When you cut these, you want to cut them at least a ½ inch thick. You don't have to get out the measuring tape or anything like that, but you want it to be thick, not thin. And make sure they're peeled so we can get the right texture for this dish. Normally I don't peel stuff because I like to have the skin on them. See that? Nice and thick. But this one you're going to have to. Just wanted you to see him do it on camera real quick so you get the idea of how we're cutting them. Alright, so now that you've got them cut up, we're going to season them. And before you season them, I want you to turn your oven on to 400 and get it preheating. Yep. To season these, you're going to need a tablespoon of grapeseed oil. Alright, just about a tablespoon, not even, of grapeseed oil is what you'll need. And you're going to coat them with that. A teaspoon of sea salt. Alright, so a heaping teaspoon of oregano. Nice big heaping teaspoon of onion powder. About 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. You can add more if you want. Get everything nice and coated. Alright guys, now you're going to need some spelt flour and a Ziploc bag, or unless you want to do it in a container, you can. Put about 1.5 cups of spelt flour in your Ziploc bag. To this flour, we're going to add a little bit of seasoning. Heaping tablespoon of onion powder. Some oregano. About a heaping tablespoon. Heaping tablespoon. And then a teaspoon of sea salt. Okay, that's all you're going to need. And just seal it up and mix the bag up. Just mix it up, just like this. After you get it all mixed up, get yourself a pan, nice flat pan. This is not dirty, guys. It's just old and stained, and you know how they are. You know how they get. Alright, so get your pan out.
Get it nice and oiled.
Oil it really nice. You know, you don't want a pool of oil there, but just oil it evenly. A little bit more oil than you would use to oil a pan, like for if you were baking a cake. Alright. Now it's all nice and oiled. Now we're going to start coating our zucchini. So you just take your little bag. This is the easiest way to do it. Alright, so hopefully this is all in camera here. There we go. Take some of these, drop them in the bag, and shake it up. That's it. Bless you, honey. Cayenne makes me sneeze, and some other spices. Get them all nice and coated. You don't want a thin layer coat, so get them coated well.
Yes.
Alright. These can sit right next to each other in the pan. So that's nice and coated. You want to put that in on your pan and just start layering them. Not layering them, just lining them up in the pan. I'll show you a couple here on camera. That's a little baby one. We're just not going to put that in a dish. We're going to eat that when that's done.
Yeah, that's perfect. Those are coated nicely.
So just like that, keep going till your whole pan's filled, and if you need another pan, get another pan. Alright, we're just filling up our second pan now. If you get any that have any spots where it looks like it's coming off, just lay it in your pan, wait till your bag is empty, and just stick it back in and recoat it again. Alright, that's it. So he's going to stick one back in.
There we go.
Right.
Golden.
After you get your pan all filled with your zucchini, coated zucchini, now you're going to take your oil sprayer and you just lightly spray them. A little bit of oil on top. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing in the camera. I think you can.
Yeah, they can.
Just nice and light, just like that. Make sure you get some on each one. Alright, now these are going to go in the oven. That should have already been preheating. If you haven't, do it now at 400, and you're going to bake them for 25 to 30 minutes. Alright guys, now we're going to make our cheese sauce. Now for the cheese sauce, you're going to need a milk base. So for our milk base, we're going to make some hemp milk. So 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds. Then a half a cup of spring water, but we're going to add more water after that. So I like to start out with a half a cup. There's a half cup of spring water. Now we're going to blend this till we have a hemp milk. It doesn't take long at all. Alright guys, I just realized my camera did not record any of me making the walnut cheese sauce. Just the hemp milk. After the hemp milk was done, but this is the texture you want when you're done. You know, it's nice and thick. Sorry the camera cut out on me. That really bothers me because we tried really hard in this recipe, and to have something mess up is really a pain in the butt. All right, guys, we're about to take the zucchini out. Okay, the zucchini fries are coming out of the oven. Here they are. Look at that. Nice and perfect. Now we're going to let these sit for a minute, and then we're going to start layering. Guys, we're back. Now here's for the final steps. Get your sauce handy. Now we're going to get out that sour cream sauce we made.
Yes.
Look how nicely that's set up.
Oh,
look at
dude,
that.
that
Oh,
looks,
wait, here we go.
That looks scrumptious.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add it to the sauce.
Yeah, I added to
Do
the
a little
sauce.
bit at a time. And we'll see if we're going to make it a cream sauce, like spaghetti
in?
with cream. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let them see this in the camera. Okay.
There we go.
Give it a little taste. Yep, we can go ahead and add the rest. Also, we made, I think, a little bit too much, but not too much. Whatever's left over, you heat up some pasta,
Oh,
put that over it. Oh, perfect.
It's the bomb diggity.
Move this out your way. All right, let's get our pan ready. Move your pot back there, babe. Now get you a casserole dish. Depending on how many zucchini you decided to make. Maybe you will have a bigger family, so you're going to make more. Now we're a little bit of sauce on the bottom of the pan. Get your oven preheated at 350 now. You don't want these sticking. Then you just start layering your zucchini. Going on here. I think we're going to have to do one across that way. Alright, see they're nice and layered in there? That one's kind of small right there. Maybe we can fit another one in there.
You put that one in there. There you go.
There we go. That's our first layer.
Yep.
Now we're going to add
Cheese.
our walnut cheese.
Look at that.
Yummy, yummy. You're not in the camera. Right there's a camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, you're going to spread your cheese over your zucchini.
There we go.
Now to this, you're going to add a sauce layer. Here, you know what? You scoop, I'll spread. Go ahead. See, it has that nice creamy look to it.
Then you want to add
Another
layer of zucchini.
Yep.
We're going to add a small one to the top.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you could.
Right? Then you want to do a layer of cheese.
Alright, now get you another layer of sauce in there.
This pan is being so full up. What I suggest you use is a cookie sheet underneath this, so any spillover.
Yes, absolutely. You can use the pans that you just baked your zucchini on if you want. Let's get this last layer in here.
Which one's a genius? You say ain't one like that, Nick?
No. Alright. Cut a couple of these in half. There we are. Wait, I think we can fit another one over here. Just load it right up.
Yes, there we are.
There we go. And last layer, you top it with cheese.
Yep.
Don't stress it. Guys, now this is going to get ready to go in the oven. You're going to bake it for only 25 minutes and then it's done. Alright guys, our zucchini bake with our cream sauce is all done and just came out the oven. Now we're going to let it sit and cool for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yep.
And then we'll be back with our final plating. Okay guys, we're going to do the final plating. Let's get a nice piece out here. Might be kind of hard to see the layers, but as you see them in there, the little layers, you can see them. There we go. This is going to be so good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as we enjoyed making it.
This looks nice. Nice texture. Looks like a pie.
Today is our anniversary.
Yes. Today is our anniversary.
So we really enjoyed making this together for you guys.
18 years strong.
Yes, we've been together 23.
Yes.
But married 18.
Yep. And this is what two people in love. This is what they create.
Yep, and look at the layers in there, babe.
That's love right there. That is number of pure love.
Babe probably not ready to be on camera, but we're gonna have him get a bite. It's probably really hot. Here, hold this plate.
Oh Lord.
Not too much crunchy. Well.
Okay. I can deal with that. Oh yeah. That's good. Another little bite.
Alright guys, we'll see you in our next video.
Peace.
Wait, before you do that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you tried the recipe, let me know what you thought of the recipe. Down below in the description box will be the ingredients you need for the recipe and where you can find them online, whichever is available online.
Yep.
And links to other videos as well as our social media accounts. Thanks again for watching, and thank you for all the overwhelming amounts of wonderful comments and our new subscribers. We really appreciate it. It keeps us going.
We're thankful.
Bye, guys.